Assalamu alaikum, parents and students. Welcome to another week of distance learning. Please make sure when you log into MS Teams that you go to the correct channel. Today we'll be working on English. Then we'll go ahead and click on week 11 files. Once you open up our week 11 files, you will find the attached online learning lesson plan, the PowerPoint, the worksheet, the answer key for self-assessment, as well as a scan of the story we're working on. When you open the online learning lesson plan, in it you will find the lesson overview, the success criteria, learning steps and assignments, as well as our resources. Alright, so let's begin our presentation for today. Today we'll be working on our skill from the Albertosaurus mystery. Our skill for today is comprehension. Our learning intention is that learners will be able to read the story to comprehend its events. The success criteria is the following. Number 1, I can identify the story's characters, setting, problem, and solution. Number 2, I can retell the events of the story. So let's begin with a story summary for the Albertosaurus mystery. Philip Curie is a scientist who studies fossils. In the summer of 1997, he wanted to solve a mystery. Curie knew there were special dinosaur bones buried in the dry, dusty hills of Western Canada, but he didn't know their exact location. On a hot summer day, he hiked through a huge area until he found the bones. Long ago, a fossil hunter named Barnum Brown had made a discovery in Western Canada. He had found the bones of a dinosaur called Albertosaurus. It was a fierce, meat-eating dinosaur. Brown found many skeletons buried together. He sent a few of the bones to a museum, but he didn't record where he found them. He left only a few clues about the location. Philip Curie found the remains of Brown's old camp. Then he found the skeletons of many Albertosaurus dinosaurs. Most scientists thought that this dinosaur had lived and hunted alone, so why were there so many of them in one place? Curie worked for months uncovering the ancient bones. He recorded all the evidence he could find. Still, he could not prove that the creatures had lived in a group. Scientists are still trying to solve the mystery. Alright, so let's begin with our story characters. Remember, characters are the people or animals who act out the story. The story's characters in the Albertosaurus mystery are Philip Curie and Barnum Brown. Setting, our setting is the time and place. So this story's setting is Western Canada's Badlands. What is our problem in the story? Problem, if you remember, means the struggle the character is having. So in our story, we are trying to figure out with the scientists, did the Albertosaurus dinosaurs live in groups or as individuals? This is the problem, right? Our characters are trying to find out if the Albertosaurus dinosaurs lived in groups or alone. So here are the events of the story. Barnum Brown found his first fossil while he was plowing the hills of Kansas in the early 1900s. He went on to find the first T-Rex skeletons and the Albertosaurus. Brown was so good at finding fossils, he was said to be able to smell fossils, and he was nicknamed Mr. Bones. Isn't that cool? Years later, Philip Curie tried to solve the mystery of why Brown found so many fossils in the same area. So now that we know the events of the story, we have the solution. How was the story tied up? Well, this story's solution is actually that scientists are still trying to solve the mystery. They haven't solved it yet, but they're still trying. And that's how the story was tied up. That's how it ended. At the end of today's lesson, please make sure you do your exit ticket. You can use the learning pit to reflect on what did you learn today, how did you find it, and to give your teacher feedback. And remember that you also have the story link. You can always click on it to review the story and so that you can read along as well. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a good rest of the day.